Have you heard of this incredible TV show from the 80s? No? ¿Por qué, amigo? ¿Por qué? The answer as to why is that the world is in a sorry state, and genius goes unrecognized. This rather hard to find anime is one such masterpiece which ought to be essential viewing for everyone. Fortunately, there's a Laserdisc rip available on the Internet Archive, link in the description, so you can go enjoy it too. It's called Legend of the Galactic Heroes, and it makes every sci-fi epic you've ever loved look sophomoric by comparison. A gorgeously rendered anime thanks to painstakingly detailed hand-drawn work, and a richly characterized tableau of players fill this vast and complex story of love, power, and warfare amongst the stars. The first thing you'll quickly notice is that everything shows like Game of Thrones were praised for has already been done before, and in my humble opinion done better in Legend of the Galactic Heroes. No character is safe from death. Minor interactions in one episode form arcs in later episodes. A single insult at the start of the series carries huge consequences as it festers. And of course, there's intrigue, and more intrigue. Hallelujah! We have a rich exploration of religious, ethical, and humanistic ideas, all set against the backdrop of a massive, inhumane war which threatens to destroy all of humanity if our heroes aren't wise in their leadership. So I must say right away that I think Legend of the Galactic Heroes needs to receive the same cultural obsession that Game of Thrones did because it's truly superlative. It is so good that you could even be forgiven for exclusively watching it over and over again for the rest of your life, much like the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Every time I do, I find more to praise because it was, as mentioned, painstakingly crafted. Now I must say that, in my opinion, if you have any sense, you'll give up at least 10 hours of your life to watch the first 26 episodes of this masterpiece. I know, that does sound like a lot when you lay it out there, but you'll have barely scratched the surface and yet also be extremely satisfied because this is the work of a true master. Before I continue to rant and rave some more though, what's the story about? Glad you asked, amigo. Set centuries in the future, we follow the epic and seemingly unending war between the Galactic Empire, the Free Planets Alliance, and the cunning mercantile planet of Phezin. Each is vying for complete domination of the stars, but are motivated by their own ideologies, and must use a unique strategy to achieve their goals based on respective strengths and weaknesses. For instance, the Galactic Empire is an authoritarian monarchy, which can mobilize far more personnel to its war effort, and has the added benefit of dominating more of space at the start of the show. Unfortunately, it's mired in corruption due to a weak Kaiser and many rapacious nobles who are bleeding the empire dry with their machinations. The Alliance is a purported democracy, but is really run by a small council of wealthy individuals, and so its efforts to progress are hamstrung by bureaucracy and crats, who are interested in their own advancement at the expense of human life. Phezin is driven by a religious movement, and other motivations I won't mention as that's a spoiler. As a single planet, they lack the ability to wage open warfare, and so must use subterfuge, assassination, and blackmail to move key personnel on both sides of the galactic war into positions which better suit their agenda. In this milieu, we have our two lead characters, Reinhard von Lohengram, a brilliant young admiral in the Galactic Empire, and his counterpart in the Alliance, Yang Wen Li, an equally brilliant warrior. Both men come to blows at the start of the series in a stalemate that produces a lifelong admiration and competition with the other. Both men are frustrated by their respective leaders and desire to see the war finished with victory for their side. Each undertakes a journey through the ranks of the military, thanks to both strategy and good fortune, to become heads of their respective space fleets. And that's just in the first season. After establishing themselves in positions of great power, they must work to outsmart the other in the galactic battle, whilst dealing with internal enemies who want to destroy them. Alongside these two is a host of characters on both sides who experience small personal victories and trials as war rages around them. It's a story at once focused on the grander space adventures and the simpler human moments that affect everyone in the world. Legend of the Galactic Heroes is a behemoth, and yet it is very tightly written. Every episode is approximately 22 minutes long, which means that the creative team have a laser-sharp focus on just one element of the world with every episode. These vignettes assemble carefully over the course of the show to give us a larger picture, and as mentioned, small moments in one episode can have far-reaching ramifications throughout the series. The animation is gorgeous, with rich details such as the Empire's European architecture or Fezzan's Middle Eastern designs. The battle scenes are propulsive and the direction is considered and mature. On several occasions, I'm sure you'll be taken aback by the care with which the camera is moved. Many animated shows rely heavily upon static images, and yes, this occurs here too, but the team are creating a work to stand the test of time, and so corners are rarely, if ever, cut. Instead, every image is carefully crafted and beautiful to behold. Legend of the Galactic Heroes also boasts its own orchestral soundtrack, which energizes the space battles and double dealings, such that you'll sit there and marvel at the cinematic nature of this TV show. Now I'll stop here because this really is a case of go watch it yourself. The link is in the description, and I thoroughly hope you enjoy it as much as I did. Please leave comments once you've done so, as I look forward to hearing your thoughts. Thanks for watching.